Hello everyone, I just wanted to give you a brief video introduction to the Finding Things in the Night Sky activity as well as the Seasons activity that we're going to be working on this week. You will have found videos for describing finding things in the night sky and the seasons posted to that topic, but I wanted to post some videos here so you could get an idea of what we expect from the activities. Alright, so you can access all of the activities through the activity book that's available on Canvas, or you can purchase the activity book if you'd rather. Do that through the bookstore, and that'll be printed out versions, although you may just prefer to use the digital version. Okay, this is what our workbook looks like. Our first activity this week, we've already done the scales of the universe. The next one is called Finding Things in the Night Sky. Now, I normally do this one in the planetarium, but you have your planetarium program that you can use. All you need to do is find a friend to help you and use the planetarium program. You can also do it outside in the night sky, although it's a little bit difficult to see the coordinate systems when you're out there, so I definitely recommend using an online planetarium program. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to identify different parts, different features of the night sky, and then try to see if you can draw them in a way with proper coordinate systems so your friend can find them. So the very first thing you want to do is fire up your planetarium program. I'm using Stellarium. So if I open up my planetarium program, it looks something like this, and move the planetarium program into a situation where you can see some stars. And you can see we've got the night sky. I'm going to turn off the atmosphere so I can see lots of stars, right? So you can see the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, and you can see a bunch of stars. So your first part is you're going to get together and pick any star you want in here and try to show your friend where it is without any coordinate systems. You can't. You could try. I guess since we're doing this here on the planet in the planetarium program, you can point at it. You can try using your finger, but just notice that you can, if you can reach out and point at these things, you can find these objects in the night sky. Now the second thing I want you to do is find a group of stars, and it can be any group of stars you want. For example, I could pick these guys right here. See, there's a nice little grouping of stars here, and draw it as a constellation. And when I say draw it as a constellation, it doesn't have to be an actual constellation. It could be any constellation you want. Go ahead and draw that on your sheet of paper. And have your friend do that too, but don't let them see what you're looking at. And then see if you can identify that set of constellation stars just by the pattern. So you might want to move the planetarium around so somebody can't see what they were looking at, and see if they can move around and find the pattern of stars that you just found for them. And it should be pretty difficult, and you may not be able to find them, but take some time to move around and find those things. Okay. Once you've done that, you take that same group of stars and identify the altitude and azimuth for those. And you can do that, since we're not in the planetarium, you can just do that with your altitude and azimuth coordinate system here. So let's say I find this is the little pattern of stars I found before. So the altitude and azimuth of my little pattern of stars I would read as, this one's due west, so it's 273 degrees azimuth, and the altitude I can read off the side here is 40 degrees through the center of the constellation. Write down altitude and azimuth and see if your friend can find that coordinate system. And then after you're done with that part, we can try to find the right ascension and declination for that same set of stars, right, using the same coordinate system. Okay, now once you've done that and written down those coordinates, trade it with your friend and see if they can find out where you were looking. So you might want to do this where you have somebody draw a map while you're not looking, and then turn around and have them draw a map for you. And see if you can figure out where they were looking using the altitude and azimuth. When you get down to part E, what you want to do here is try to change the viewing of your planetarium, like change to a different location or change to a different date, and see if you can find that same star system using right ascension and declination. And then once you've done that, you can answer some of the questions at the end. So this is the worksheet that I would like you to turn in. You have a PDF file of this. There's a couple of ways you could turn this in. One is in your program that you use to read your PDF, you can usually annotate these things and type in some sort of text, right? And then go ahead and just submit that with the text in there. You can screenshot this and put it in a Word program, or you can print it out and draw on it and write on it and scan it back in, whatever works for you. But this worksheet is what I'd like you to turn in for the Finding Things in the Night Sky activity. All right, thanks.